I've heard many, I'm Allison Sherman, Woodbury. I've heard many board members talk about the division in our district and the need to heal and build trust. I couldn't agree more. This can only happen by making decisions that are in the best interest of all kids. We have to take care of them above everything else. In November, the school board approved the needed and immediate expansion of Brookview Elementary as intended, dating all the way back to the district's last long-term facility plan. I know you may feel that putting this out for a public vote is being responsible to the taxpayers. However, you were elected to be the educated voice in choices such as these. Many voters are not privy to all the information you have and therefore do not understand all the issues that must be considered in these decisions. You do. Tonight, before you is an action item for the approval of the non-voter approved funding mechanism discussed in great detail prior to the expansion vote and that was approved and communicated to the public in several newspapers and by the district. This is a funding mechanism that has been used in our district previously, most recently for the early childhood education building near Stillwater Middle School. I fear voting down the recommended funding mechanism for the Brookview expansion project will create exponentially more division and anger in our community. The community is expecting this board to follow through on this incremental step in addressing the population growth in the South. It is not the only needed solution, but it is the fastest, easiest, and most cost-efficient addition this district can make immediately. The great news for our district is we have significant growth occurring in the south portion of our district. We need every bit of learning space that we can get in our northern schools, in our southern schools. When Brookview can no longer accept additional children into its community, children currently at Brookview will need to be moved north to either Lake Elmo or Afton Lakeland. The resulting short-term boundary changes would create a domino effect that will impact several schools in our district, including 3 of our 4 Title I buildings. I've heard people say Woodbury is being greedy for advocating for this expansion. That is simply not the case. Many in the Stillwater area community do not realize that currently over 40% of Woodbury kids in our district attend either Lake Elmo or Afton Lakeland. I am hopeful the community will support the results of a more comprehensive study, but that long-range facility plan does not mean this immediate expansion isn't a necessary first step. Both an expansion at Brookview and a long-range plan can and should coexist together. There are some parents who feel the funding vote being taken tonight is an excuse to simply kill this expansion project. Our district currently receives nearly $15 million in non-voter approved funding. Why is there such scrutiny being placed on this project that will directly benefit kids? I worry people in our community will lose faith in this board's decisions and the board's collective reputation will be damaged. How will you explain not proceeding with this project for a 2020 completion to the kids who will be impacted by yet another boundary change? I respect where people are coming from on all sides of this issue, but not expanding Brookview now through a non-voter approved levy is an emotional decision, not one based on smart fiscal data and the needs of our kids. Thank you for listening.